News Talk WLOB. Fox 23 TV. Good morning. 7:38 now. 22 before 8 o'clock. Sunshine and wind today. Temps will be in the mid-30s. Ray Richardson, we have just become very, very elite.
We have.
And it's not Hotel California as much as it is Hotel Florida. Hello, Roy Lenardson.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. We know you got a good tan from Florida, but you do a lot, not only, live here basically, but you do so much in Maine. We've got to get to it. The initiatives that you have on the ballot, we've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah. Well,
Roy.
so far it looks like 2 for 3. There was that incident on the third one. We're still sort of looking into that. We don't know where that all is. But right now, this fall, or unless they make it earlier than that, but it should be this November, you get to vote for real tax relief. You get
How
the
so?
Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which will essentially say to government at every level, you want to raise taxes, you're going to get a permission first.
Now, is this any different than last time around?
It is only in that the governor and the legislature already sort of installed this more stricter version of Tabor on schools. That would be school budget has to go up to vote. So this sort of extends that to counties, towns, and the state itself. We thought the state should be held
So it's a spending,
accountable as well.
a spending leash,
That's right.
really, is it?
Yep, spending
All
and tax leash.
Okay, good.
And again, it's plenty of ways if they want to keep on spending, they can. They just need to get voter approval.
All right, now, so in the school budget, they pass a budget at the school committee level, and then it goes out to the people for ratification.
No matter what.
Right. What will happen at the do you now have to get the town budget or city budget approved at the ballot, or is
Only if it grows faster than inflation population, or depending on what the formula is, but basically if it
So
grows
this-
above the
This
number.
puts more power in the hands of the people and more of a say-so,
Oh,
which
there's no
so
question.
many
People,
have.
look, the schools have already changed their behavior in terms of increases they ask for now, knowing you have to go to vote. So we just think it'll be a natural extension of that.
Fantastic. So taxpayer, are you calling it that? Taxpayer Bill of Rights. How will we recognize it on the ballot? Do we know how it'll, not the wording necessarily, but will it say, spending on a leash?
Yeah, and actually you can find all about that by going to tabornow.com. It should be, I think, turned on around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Or meleads.org, and it'll have it all right there in front of
Nice
you.
job. It is initiative number 2.
Initiative number 2 is my favorite and your personal favorite
Big
as well,
time.
which is to reduce the car excise tax by 50% for new cars, and then sort of tapers off after that. But generally speaking, the average Maine person will save $800 to $1,000 over the lifetime of a new car.
Now,
So
see,
it's real
Roy,
money.
How cool is that? So right up front, what does that mean? Now, I buy a car, probably in this market, a used car. Does that mean anything for me once this passes?
Yes, it does. It just depends on how used your car is. But you will pay anywhere from 50% to the sliding scale down to 0% difference, but depending on your car. But the average person buying a 1 or 2 year old car will see hundreds of dollars in savings
That's
right out of the
fantastic.
gate.
Well, that's great. But then here come the town clerks and the city managers and everybody
And the
saying,
MMA.
"Oh, are you nuts? My golly, you're taking all the money in these times when money is so hard to come by.
Right,
We're
and
begging for
that's a
stimulus."
great way to look at it, because in these hard times, it would be nice if we looked at the taxpayers' hard times, which are foreclosures, job losses, cutbacks at companies. And so what we're basically saying to towns and cities, this is going to impact your budget anywhere from 2 to 5% of total spending at local level. We think you can suck that up and do it, and so make it happen.
And I always caveat it, and we can talk about it all
And by the
time.
way, the excise tax is not used for roads. It goes into the general fund like any
right,
other
sure,
money.
exactly.
They can say that all they want. It's just a insidious tax, the most regressive tax there is, that's foisted upon only those folks that live in the town. So it's even worse. And as you have heard me say before, not only do they tax your automobile if it's new, they tax you on the sticker price, not even the price you paid for it. So they jack it up another 5 to 15%.
That's so
depending on
awful.
that.
That's so awful. So again, you go back to when we say it all the time, and it's literally, if you think about it, if you send it,
Exactly. It doesn't matter. And
They
there's a
will
lot of
spend
people
it.
who
No.
threaten, well, we'll raise taxes. Well, good luck, because we're going to have Tabor joining you, so you'll need to get voter approval. You're going to have to cut spending.
All right, now, so the average person out here is hearing what you're saying and saying
Yep.
to themselves, okay, this is good. We're going to restrain the growth of spending. We're going to let the people decide if there's a tax increase, and we're going to cut this insidious excise tax,
Yes.
which even some states don't have.
Right, well,
Now,
20-something.
So they're
states.
sitting here saying these are good ideas, but this is Maine. How in the world are we ever going to get the people to pass them when the forces of evil will unite?
Yeah, I think one of the big things last time is that most of the fight last time was bankrolled by the the National Education Association, Maine Education Association.
what's their fear?
less money for teachers.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they don't believe that because Maine spends on average $2,000 more per child than the national average, and our teacher pay is way below. So they don't believe that. The
bottom line is we didn't include education this time. The governor did that with the legislature.
Okay.
So we expect the fight to be a little bit different. Plus, I think this is a clear, the promises are broken consistently. Someone said to me the other day, well, don't you think this really ties the hands of the legislature to get something done? I'm saying, like, well, what? We've been in bondage for 20 years, and it doesn't seem to hurt us.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you know that Scott Fish, our friend from As Maine Goes, collected this list of promises from legislators who were elected after the Tabor failure, who said, we heard you, we're going to cut taxes. We heard you, we're going to work on property tax. None of this happened.
And we'll also remember the margin of a loss was less this time around, this last time.
46% of the vote for Tabor.
Isn't that wild? Which is more than the governor got, by the way.
Yeah.
In
So the
his,
question you have to ask yourself: we had the 46 from before. Have things gotten so much better, and have the legislature made good on their promises? I got to believe we got 4% plus one person who would see that differently. So.
That's wild. All right. So they've now been certified. So good job. And how many signatures got certified? Just the minimum amount you have left over?
We turned in almost 70,000, and by the time duplicate voters and you can see all the details.
Is it like box tops? You get a big wheel with so many extra?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, good.
Your big wheel's coming. So.
Good.
But anyway, yeah, it's exciting. More green now is .com is for the car, and tabornow.com for the taxpayer bill.
Nice job, Roy. Hey. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
Good to
No,
be
really,
here.
this is good stuff.
I just want to ask you, we know Matt Dunlap, Secretary of State, has been exceedingly fair in doing these things. There is an issue with the health insurance petition. Do you have an appeal there? Is it possible that this might be salvaged, or is it probably not?
Well, we absolutely are going to look at it and decide today if we have the ability to appeal or not. Again, some 10 or 11,000 signatures were disqualified.
What's the issue? What ballot question is this?
The health care. That would lower health care costs.
Where you can buy it in any state.
In any
New
England state. In New England state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you find the health insurance that makes sense for you and your family, and you get to buy it.
Well, you know what probably happened? Probably, the Dirigo board went in there and shuffled around the whole,
Exactly.
shuffled around the ballot.
Either way, we've got two big right now on our plate referendum, and we hopefully will have a third.
And there are two more joining you: the medical marijuana.
Yep,
and
medical
to
marijuana.
repeal the school
Can you believe that they
consolidation
got
bill.
in the ruffian-looking folks who were gathering? And you know what I said at the top of the show? Good for them. I say that because they went through the process. They went through the right process. They got the right signatures. It took them a lot longer than anybody else, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
But they went through the thing. Agree or disagree, that's the way it's supposed to work,
now
right?
the public will get to vote.
That's right on. All right, good. So we're going to have a lot to do with you. Are you going to stick around a little bit?
I sure am.
All right, good. Roy Lenardson's here. Your phone calls are back to LOB and Fox 23.